Hello, my name is Simon. I'm doing this for Jamie. My all-time favourite horror movie is Star Wars. That's not. It's actually The Thing. I like this movie because it used to scare the pants off me back in the 80s when I was a child, and I love it to this day. It's so good. John Carpenter has done an amazing work on many movies, but I think this is my all-time favourite one for scares and thrills. And best watch with the lights off. So happy Halloween, and love to you all.
You float too! You float too! You float too!
Is that the box of Letting Go? Can't be. We never even finished it. I wonder what's inside. Let's go and have a look. The fuck? So, we're at Asda Castle Point, and they had a really good Halloween section this year. I'm going to start off with these Tango bottles that come out this year. Sorry, Fanta, not Tango. And yeah, they've got these dark orange bottles. Basically, it's orange soda, or orangeade, but in the colour of, well, black. Moving on, they got some sweets and obviously some treats for the kids on Halloween evening. There's the bags for put all the bits and bobs in. And of course there's some pumpkins. You see this in every single shop, of course. And you got some, well, Frankenstein's monster and pumpkin there. Got some sprays and some cups. I do like the skeleton top, and there's Jaws. Dun 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 dun. Oh! And there's My Family and Other Animals. Selection of masks there. And yeah, it's some nice bits and pieces, like I said. They got some very nice wigs there, which I could do with. Ooh, does she come with it? Oh, anyway, moving on. Trick or treat, yeah. So it has some nice cutlery as well, and some glasses and plates, etc. And had some nice... Oh, there's Boney M again. I keep making that joke. Happy Halloween. Yes, happy Halloween, everybody. Trick or treat as well. Fantastic. And yeah, oh, look at these weird things. Yeah, Zombie on the TV show. Ghostbusters there. And of course I had a few costumes as well. I love the Star Wars top. Fantastic. But I didn't like the material, so I didn't buy it. So yeah, good selection as to this year. Well done. So my number 3 favourite horror movie of all time is Planet Terror. That's right, directed by Robert Rodriguez. I can never say his name. Robert Rodriguez. That's the closest I'm going to get to it. And it's part of the Grindhouse double bill that they did, but they split it in half in the UK. First part was Death Proof, which I thought was a good film, but nothing special. Planet Terror, however, is the dog's bollocks. This, literally, this is fantastic. I absolutely loved it. I remember I got free tickets to see it at a midnight screening, and I went all the way up to Tower Park to go and see it, and it was fantastic, and I loved it, and I still love it now. It's just got everything. It's got gore, action, comedy, scares, violence, and wackiness. It's bonkers, and that's why I love it. It is my third favourite. It's been my favourite for a long time, but there's been a couple that have taken its place. But it is a fantastic movie, and you can pick it up pretty cheap. I can't recommend this one enough. It is fantastic. It's basically a zombie movie, and these people sort of form together to sort of escape it all. And it's done like a very old movie, which is why it's part of the Grindhouse thing. So definitely, if you don't mind a gory, out there horror film, seek this one out. Planet Terror is an absolute classic, in my opinion. So, we're going to now talk about horror films that are coming soon, mainly in 2020, as this year is nearly over. First thing I want to mention then is Gretel and Hansel, which is obviously a spin on the original story, which looks really good. You got a new Saw film, which has been produced by Chris Rock. That should be interesting. Escape Room 2. I really liked the first film. I thought it was very entertaining and look forward to the sequel. We have an X-Men movie. That's the first horror movie themed. It's called The New Mutants. Been put back for ages. We've got the Grudge remake. Yes, another Grudge. That's coming out next year. That should be entertaining, hopefully. We've got another remake, The Turning, which is a bit like The Innocents, which was a good horror movie from the past. A Quiet Place 2, one which I'm very excited to see. I loved the original one. Very good horror movie. Check that out. The Conjuring 3. I love the Conjuring universe and most of the movies, and I look forward to the third part. A remake of one of my all-time favourite horror movies, The Candyman. Should be good. And of course, Halloween Kills. I can't wait for this. I will be there opening morning with a big box of popcorn. When I was younger, one of my favourite TV series was Hey Arnold, and they did a Halloween special, and it's by far one of my favourite specials of all time set at Halloween. Arnold and Gerald decided to play a prank on all their school friends, who were dressing up as aliens going trick-or-treating, by putting out a H.G. Wells War of the Worlds message into the households and surrounding areas that there's an alien invasion happening, and they set this whole thing up. It's just a joke. And it all backfires when everybody believes that this is actually happening, which is of course based on the H.G. Wells, which is what he did with his story. Everybody panicked when he read the story out on the radio, and they thought it was real. And they do the sort of same thing here, and it's hilarious. I mean, it is absolutely amazing. If you can get a chance to watch it, Hey Arnold's Halloween special, make sure you watch it. It is by far one of the favourite things from my childhood that I still watch now. So there, check it out. It's competition time, and if you want to win a copy of David Tennant's sort of horror movie, Bad Samaritan, on DVD with a nice slip, all you have to do is put down in the comments below your favourite episode starring David Tennant. That's it. Put it down below, and the first person I get a notification to answer that will win a copy of this free. So, your favourite episode of Doctor Who with David Tennant, pop it down in the comments below, and the first person I get notified, like I said, will win this on DVD. Good luck, everybody, and hope you enjoyed the film. So, what's my second favourite horror movie of all time? Well, it's not a gore fest, it's not that scary, it's the same league as The Goonies, and it is a film that features Dracula, the werewolf, the creature from the Blue Lagoon, the mummy, Frankenstein's monster, to name a few. What is it? Can you guess what it is? You probably have by now. It's an 80s classic, and I remember renting this from the video shop and absolutely loving it, and I rented it over and over and over till I worn the tape out. It is a fantastic horror action comedy in the same, like I said, the same league as The Goonies. This is a horror version of The Goonies and a bit of Stand By Me. I absolutely love this film. I can watch it over and over still now. And I keep requesting to my friend Big Paulie to watch it. You've probably guessed it by now. That's right. The Monster Squad. I absolutely love this movie. It's a complete 10 out of 10. I can't express that enough. I mean, it's just fantastic. And if you can get a copy, if you're going to get it on Blu-ray, if you're going to buy a copy, get the American version and get the first American version. They did release it a second time. It was like sort of like a bluey tint on it, and the pitch and sound on that is pretty poor, and there's no special features. This one, however, has special features and a great picture and sound. It's the 20th anniversary edition. It is a phenomenal movie for me. I can't express it enough. It's just something about it that I really love. It's quite a short film, 82 minutes, so it goes by pretty quick. So yeah, if you get an hour and a half spare, make yourself a cup of tea, have a few biscuits, put your feet up, and just watch this amazing movie, in my opinion. Okay, it's not like a critically acclaimed film like Shining or The Exorcist, etc. Those are classics in their own right. But this is my personal top 10. Nobody else's. And number 2 is The Monster Squad. Wolfman's Got Nards. So, a segment I call My Halloween. And basically, a lot of people ask, what am I doing for Halloween this year? Am I going out trick-or-treating? Am I going to be dressing up in a costume? Am I going to go and play pranks on people? I'm going to throw toilet rolls over people's houses? Am I going to go to the cinema to see some latest horror movie? No. None of the above. The thing is, there is a film out today I want to see on the 31st of October called Doctor Sleep, starring Ewan McGregor. It's a sequel to The Shining. That's right, long time for a sequel, but they made one, and I really want to see it, but it's on too late, and I'm up tomorrow really early, so I won't be seeing that one tonight, but I will be seeing it in a couple of days' time, and expect a review up for that soon. So, what will I be doing then for my Halloween this year? Well, last year, I'm going to do exactly the same as I did as last year. Last year, me and the missus got a nice big bundle of sweets in a basket in front of us. We got a takeaway, and we watched Hocus Pocus. That's it. Easy as that. And the reason is that the wife does not really like horror films. So it's very difficult to watch a horror film on Halloween evening with her. But Hocus Pocus is a film set at Halloween, and is definitely a film which I really enjoy since I was a kid. It's a great story. It's quite iconic, really, and has such a cult following. But in the daytime, I am off, and I'm going to be watching these Blu-rays, all these films, I should say, as I think these are the best films to watch on Halloween.
A few moments later.
So, the first film, which is kind of an obvious one to watch, Halloween by John Carpenter. And this Blu-ray is actually signed by John Carpenter. I sent it to sent my Blu-ray sleeve through the post, and he sent it back signed. How amazing. That was such a wonderful surprise. I didn't expect it because he's getting on now, and I sent it ages ago. So I thought, well, let's give it a try. A few years later, here we are. So it must have been when I first moved into the flat. So it's been about 3 years. That's scary. So there we go. Halloween, obvious first choice. It's a great film to watch on Halloween, even though it was never filmed at Halloween. And you can tell by the green grass. It is definitely a must watch for this time of year. The second film I'm going to show you is Tales of Halloween, and this is an anthology movie, and I absolutely love this movie. It's such a lot of fun. There are some segments that are better than others, but overall this is a fantastic film. And the bit with the alien, oh my god, the little tiny alien, it was worth watching for that bit alone for me. And the final film that I'll be watching today, well, on the 31st, is Trick or Treat. Trick or Treat is also an anthology movie, but it is a superbly made anthology movie. I mean, the other one's good as well, don't get me wrong, but this is like a masterclass of how you do it. And I remember watching this one with my gran, and we were both, she was absolutely shocked at some of the stuff that was in it. It's quite brutal at times. And this is the limited one from America. They have re-released it a few times, but I'm sticking with this one because the picture and sound is perfect anyway. So, and honestly, this is a great film to watch. Has a very good central character that doesn't say a word, but it is a great film to watch on Halloween because it's set on Halloween. So 100% watch this. It's worth your time. So that's it then, basically. That's how I'll be spending my Halloween. I'll be watching horror films in the daytime, and then I'll be watching Hocus Pocus with the wife in the evening with a takeaway, most likely. Really looking forward to it. It's going to be a great time. So, there we go.
Hi everyone, I'm Tony from Horror in Todge, and I'm just going to tell you my favourite horror film of all time. Anyone who knows me knows it is the classic 1974 Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Tobe Hooper classic. This is the big box edition. Just my favourite film of all time. Just great atmosphere, great acting, really terrifying. Just everything's just amazing. The pure grit of this film and dirt, just amazing. Really well put together. Such a low budget and just a classic, all-time classic. Everyone knows it. So yeah, that's my favourite film. And you got Gunnar Hansen, Marilyn Byrne, just amazing. Marilyn Byrne's portrayal. She's plays a wicked part. She just terrified the whole way through it. Gunnar Hansen as Leatherface, what can I say? God rest his soul. Amazing. Great Tobe Hooper, obviously. So, just going to show you a couple of my editions. So, this is the big box VHS edition, which is just that one. Then I've got one from Italy, a big double pack. That's one from Italy. I'll show you another couple. Got one from Germany here. So that is a Kettensaga Massacre. Don't know, I'm not very good at German, but that's another one, guys. And then one more I'm going to show you. It's the meat pack, which is a bit, you can't really see it, but it's awesome. So yeah. My favourite film of all time, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, guys.
So, what made me get into horror movies? What was it that started it all off? Well, the very first glimpse of everything, like I've said before, is Stephen King's It, the miniseries. I remember I snuck down and saw most of that. I saw the first part of that, at least, anyway. And after that, I got quite keen and interested in horror films. I did see on television, one of the films they show was a film called What Waits Below with Robert Powell, and it's a pretty bad film. But at the time, I didn't see it as a horror film, even though it is kind of a horror film. and then my mum and gran, they used to watch horror films in the other room. So me and my brother would watch all our sort of stuff, Ninja Turtles and DuckTales the movie, and they would watch horror films, and I was always fascinated by what they were watching, but I was never allowed to go and watch any of them. And then one day, something happened on national television. The BBC were going to go to this house that was meant to be haunted, and it was going to be a live stream from the house, and everybody was saying it was real, it wasn't rigged, it wasn't fake, and I thought it was real. And what I'm talking about is Ghostwatch. It's one of those films which is actually a film, even though I always consider it to be a TV special. But it was 1992, and I was 9 years old. God, a long time ago now. And I thought it was real, and I was terrified. And I asked Mum, can I watch this, obviously, and she said yes, and we all watched it as a family. My dad hated it. My dad hates horror, but my mum used to love it when she was younger, but especially. And yeah, it terrified me. It really affected me. I guess I wasn't used to that sort of thing, but because I was told over and over it was real, I therefore believed that it was real. So what I was seeing truly terrified me, because it was done quite realistically to a certain point, especially to a kid's eyes. So I remember that after I seen it, I was so scared that I had to have my dad and my mum walk me to my bedroom, and then come check on me through the night. And if I had to go I was scared to go anywhere around the house on my own. It affected me that badly, and it took weeks, absolutely weeks to sort of get over it, because but of course it was fake, and it didn't matter that the mum and dad told me it was fake, but for some reason I still believed it was real, and it really hit a nerve for me. And then I rewatched it not too long ago, and I thought, I've got to give it another go. I know it scared me that much, and it is actually a very well polished, for its time, sort of film as such. I mean, we've had Blair Witch Project, and we've had the Paranormal Activity movies, and there's so many of these sort of movies, what they call it, found footage type films, and usually I'm not a big fan of them. There are some that I quite like, but this is a found footage type film in a way. It's a live broadcast, which was all filmed. And I still think it's really good. It is a little dated, and it is a bit slow, and this isn't a jump scare movie. This is just a slow burn as such. So if you get a chance to watch it, I recommend it. So yeah, there we go, there's Ghostwatch. That was the very first thing that ever affected me, and I've never really been affected by anything else since. I've come accustomed to horror films, and these days nothing scares me. I can jump and I can get on the edge of my seat, but it doesn't scare me. So, but there's some really, what scares me is what's out in the real world. That's the real horror, what's going on out that door. But yeah, so Ghostwatch was fantastic, and like I said, it was my mum and my gran who got me into horror mainly, and then my friends Sean and Glenn. One summer we used to go down the video shop, and the first horror film we rented was Clown House, and we watched Aliens, we watched Predator, we watched, you name it, we watched it. We watched the House films, we watched so many horror movies, and we just went Nightmare on Elm Street. We went through the whole shebang, went through the whole video shop over one summer, and I loved it, I absolutely loved it, and that's what got me into horror, was my mum and my gran shitting myself over Ghostwatch, and then hanging out with some friends who obviously loved horror as well. So, and horror has always been a large part of my life. I've always been keen and interested in the world of horror, from any sort of genre as well. Ghost stories, werewolves, Dracula, the Mummy, and all sorts, the old ones, the old black and whites as well, and the foreign films, and and the just everything. I've always been intrigued by it. So yeah. Anyway, on to the next segment. Oh, and just before we go on to the next segment, I just want to add that there was one more thing. My dad, he took me to the video shop when I was about 6, and I saw a video of Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3, and I'll put in a picture of that video here. And I had in my head that this was actually a story about a guy who lived on a farm who was disfigured and was bullied by local people. And I had no idea what it was. I just picked it up in the video shop when I was with Dad. Dad, can I rent this? He went, no, fuck off, you're not renting. No, he didn't really say that. He said, no, you're not having that, Jamie. No, and it's definitely not what I thought it was. But yeah, I do remember that, and I was intrigued by it. And then I saw it and all the rest of it. So there we go. Now on to the next segment. Come on, I can come.
Dun 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 dun. Oh.
So, can you guess what my #1 favourite horror movie of all time is? Can you guess?
I wonder what it could be.
Like you didn't know, that's right. It. Oh yes, baby, It. Chapters 1 and 2. I can't hold up the second film because it hasn't come out to buy yet on Blu-ray, but I consider it to be a film of 2 halves, which it is, ironically. And what do I love about this film? Everything. I love it. Obviously, it's no surprise. I mean, I love the original 1990 miniseries. It is my favourite of all time, and that's my favourite miniseries of all time, and this is my favourite horror movie of all time. Yes, I know, it's not perhaps the best horror movie, critically speaking. You know, there's films like The Shining and The Exorcist, but me personally, my favourite horror movie is It. Chapters 1 and 2 as a whole. It is absolutely brilliant. I love the story about a group of kids, well, you know the story, I've explained it in the previous bit, about a group of kids who come together to defeat an evil entity that takes the form of a Pennywise, the dancing clown who wants to go around eating kids, and they have to fight together to go. You get it. It's basically the same story, and it's just told so differently. And Bill Skarsgård as Pennywise is absolutely perfection for 2017/19. Tim Curry did an amazing job, but Bill Skarsgård did an amazing job as well, and they both fit the time for where they filmed it. So I personally think this is a great adaptation of the book. It is a wonderful, wonderful, not perhaps the scariest film, but certainly an edgy film that has some very creepy moments. I think that both films are extremely good. The story, the direction, the music, the acting, the cast, the kids in this, the losers, are sensational. They're all fantastic actors. It's a great story. It goes at a good pace, and that includes the second one as well. The second film is also amazing. Yes, it's long, but it's never boring. It is fantastic. So my #1 favourite horror movie of all time is It, directed by Andy Muschietti, starring Bill Skarsgård, as well as an amazing cast. I tell you, it is absolutely amazing. And
Time to float. Shut the fuck up. People have got things to do in their lives.
Enough said. Anyway, guys, that's my top 10 films of all time. Thank you very much for watching. And that pretty much concludes this Halloween special. Did you enjoy it? Did you like it? Did you get to the end? Did you find out this number one? Because to be honest, you probably knew anyway from the start of the video what my number one was going to be. I've had a lot of fun making this video, and I'd like to thank, whilst I got a moment, thank everybody that got involved. Honestly, I can't thank you all enough. You are fantastic, and you've made this video that extra bit special. So thank you for getting involved. So that pretty much concludes this special. Thank you, like I said, for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. There's so more videos to come, so more many videos to come, and there will be some more horror movie reviews and so much stuff coming up. We've also got the next big video, which will be the middle of December. Me and the missus are going away to Florida, and I'll be doing an epic vlog for that as well. So check that out a bit later on in the year. But thank you, like I said, thank you for watching. Take care, everybody. Happy Halloween, trick or treat, and I'll see you again in the next video. But
Jeremy.
look, it's fucking Jamie.
Jeremy.
No, my name is not Sodding Jeremy. It's Jamie. Honestly. I shouldn't have spoken to my boss like that. I shouldn't have sworn or got angry. I shouldn't lose my temper. I've got to try and be better. I'm going to phone him back. I'm going to phone him. I'm going to apologise to him. It's bang out of order. Anyways. Okay.
Henry here.
Henry. Yes, it's Jamie.
Hey, Jeremy. How's it going?
Oh, for fuck's sake! Ooh, sir. Ooh. Yeah. I just phoned because I wanted to apologise for the other day. I lost my rag. I started swearing because my name's Jamie. It's not Jeremy. No. It's Jamie. All right. I'm sorry. I'm been a bit of a bad time, but I'm feeling a lot better now. Yeah.
Look. There's no need to apologize. All right? Just enjoy your weekend, and we'll see you on Monday. I'm looking forward to it.
Thanks, mate. You really have been really great through all this. I couldn't thank you even more. Thank you so much.
All right. Okay, I'll talk to you later. Bye.
It's still fucking Jamie.
I was working in the lab late one night when my eyes beheld an eerie sight. For my monster from his slab began to rise, and suddenly, to my surprise,
He did the mash,
he did the monster mash.
the monster mash.
It was a graveyard
He
smash.
did the mash,
It caught on in a flash.
he did the mash.
He did the monster mash. From my laboratory in the castle east to the master bedroom where the vampires feast. The ghouls all came from their humble abodes to get a jolt from my electrode.
They did the mash,
They did the monster
the
mash.
monster mash.
It was a graveyard
They
smash.
did the mash,
It caught on in a flash.
they did the mash.
They did the monster mash. The zombies were having fun.
In the shoe,
The party had just begun.
in the shoe,
The guests included Wolfman, Dracula, and his son. The scene was rocking, all were digging the sounds. Igor on chains, backed by his baying hounds. The coffin bangers were about to arrive with their vocal group, the Crypt Kicker Five.
They played the mash,
They played the Monster Mash.
the monster mash.
It was a graveyard
They
smash.
played the mash,
It got on in a flash.
they played the mash.
They played the Monster Mash. Out from his coffin, Rex's voice did ring. Seemed he was troubled by just one thing. Opened the lid and shook his fist and said, "Whatever happened to my Transylvania twist?"
It's now the mash,
It's now the Monster
the
Mash.
monster mash.
And it's a graveyard
It's now
smash.
the mash,
It's caught on in a flash.
it's now the mash.
It's now the Monster Mash. Now everything's cool, Drax a part of the band, and my Monster Mash is the hit of the land. For you, the living, this mash was meant to. When you get to my door, tell them Boris sent you.